Hello and welcome back to another Show on the Buffalo video. Hope we're all doing well. And today we are going to be covering Toxtricity in Expanded. And obviously at this point, by Expanded, I do realistically just mean more Shaman scoop up shenanigans, turboing through our deck as much as possible to have a really heavy hitter, which comes in the form of Toxtricity VMAX, which reads that if your opponent's active Pokemon has poisons, and you do 80 more damage. So realistically, we're always trying to hit for a base 240 damage, which can be buffed by not only the poison damage output itself, but from various tools like Choice Band, and we are running one Muscle Band in here as well. So we can actually have a little bit more damage cap on those Pokemon Vs. There are still a lot of tag teams like Arceus style, Palkia and Pikarom running around, so that's what the choice band's for. Additional damage modifiers is Electro Power. We have gone for Dowser Machine in this deck because Dowser Machine allows us to get back many of our items that are classified as our damage modifiers, which is our Hypnotoxic Laser, which allows us to poison our opponent so that we actually hit the max base damage of its 240, so it allows us to find another one of those. Realistically, only ever want to be taking 3 knockouts of this, hence the 3 Hypnotoxic Laser, but also why I've chosen my spec of choice in this deck to be Dowser Machine, because it does allow us to have a 4th Hypnotoxic Laser, and it does also allow us to have a 5th Electro Power, which in a deck when you're hitting as hard as this, or trying to hit as hard as this, that is the whole point behind it. One Float Stone just for a bit of free retreat, and we have an Acerola in here as well to allow us to pick up damaged Pokemon. Acerola is only good in this deck because of the fact that I'm running Max Elixirs, so it's not just to prevent the opponent from knocking out, but usually we wouldn't have enough speed to carry on attacking, but obviously the Max Elixir allows us to do that. These are basically our draw supporters in the form of Shaman. We only have the one field, only one Stadium and no Field Blower in this deck, so Power Plant and Silent Lab can be a bit of an issue, but hopefully we won't run into that. And we'll just get straight into some games and see how it goes. So we are going into our match with Toxtricity V in Expanded. Just between the deck list and whatnot, I did take out the Seeker for Zeraora, because I'd noticed as I clicked it away that I needed Zeraora in the deck as an additional retreater. What are we playing against? Mega Alakazam. I like Mega Alakazam. It's a good deck, so we'll see how he does. So opponent gets a draw, unfortunately. Excuse me. So I'm confused. I think it might be a Mega Gardevoir list. I mean, kind of must be. So, down to 2 Toxtricity Vs, we'll start like this, get Toxtricity V in play, and we've got all of our Shamans, we've got our Coco, and do we have our Thunderbounce as well? We do, so both our Prism Stars on the deck. We'll just prize an energy, prize the VS Seeker, prize a fair couple of Electro Powers, prize 3 Electro Powers. This is going to make it somewhat difficult. Oh, we've got 1 in hand, so we'll prize 2. And we will start setting up with Shaman. If any luck, well, we already have the Coco. I think here, well, we can scoop up once for 2. It's not really worth it, but I could have just held that hand realistically. I just kind of want an energy attachment. There we go, perfect. That's all I wanted. Just the one, actually. Got to see if not scoop up net, floats down and back. But that is fine. I suppose we could have attached to the active, but never mind. Oversights. So, next turn, we're going to be going Daz Machine, Ace Roller, and Top Deck for probably a scoop up net. Evolving, Shaman, Electric Power, just going all in basically. If it takes knockout this turn, it's absolutely fine. Because I can promote Shaman. This thing, this does not tickle my pickle, so I do want to get rid of that. Interesting that you've left that in the active. So yeah, we go here. We'll dance the ancients, may as well. And we do run max elixirs, so even if we don't hit the Thunder Mountain, it's not the end of the world. This. We just want to try and turbo for our death. Yeah, let's give it that. This. Scoop up that. This. Redrop. It's probably a Despair Ray build that I'm looking at, but we'll see. Oh, I don't know why I played that, because I've evolved this already. Whoops. So... we're probably definitely going to get energy. I don't think... Right, so we have to find Thunder Mountain, otherwise we don't attack. And we have to find Hypnotic Laser as well. So we'll put this here. This. And I suppose it would be better to Shaman. How many scoop up nets do we have left? We've got 3 scoop up nets left, so it's better to get rid of the Denai as you can't scoop up net it. Grab them and Shaman. And yeah, we are fine, absolutely fine. Get there. Pick up one of these. You'd only be hitting for 60 plus 180, that's 240. And we're not hitting for enough yet either, so... Now we are. And we have the laser in hand for next turn. So we'll take our prizes. Totally didn't realise that there is... sorry, I'm having to do this mid-video. I'm sure I muted that, but there we go. I think he didn't realise that you can't field blower the Prism Star cards. That was always fun. That was the sort of misplays that we all made when Prism Stars first came out, when obviously field blower was still in the standard format. if it doesn't find a reset stamp or anything, it's very likely that we're going to be able to KO in this upcoming turn. What does this do? That's interesting. It's a very toolboxy kind of deck. Still have 2 max elixirs left. There's 2 energy in the deck, so not a very high chance of hitting them. And he just goes for a turbo drive. And so this makes it 240, 270, 300, and just play both of these. Attach this, and that is knockout. Yeah, and that's a victory number 1 for Toxtricity. I'll see you in game 2. And we are back for game 2. Hopefully we actually go first, but there again. Although we're an evolution deck, I always do wonder with this deck, because obviously not being able to play support turn 1 and stuff. But it seems our opponent is deciding to go first. And he is going to mulligan. We'll see how many times. Just the one. It seems like it's another Mewtwo deck. Hopefully some of them had seen my last video. My last video myself was an expanded list of the Mewtwo deck. This is going to be an annoying waste of resources, but we could get a turn 1 knockout on this Lele. Dazzling Ball for quick ball. Seems odd. What's he played so far? Cosmo Hollow. I'm so confused. Oh, there we go. It's a Dragapult list, not a Mewtwo list, as I first thought. And this is where we see the whole Shaman Scoop Up Net engine of expanded, as I'd mentioned at the start of the video. He has got rid of quite the large amount of energy already. So, where do we go? As we play Zeraora, I think we're going to be attaching to the active. We're just going to have to use all these. I feel like people that are playing the Scoop Up Mr. Mime realistically should be playing Team Magma's Secret Base. I think quad Team Magma's Secret Base and double of these in a lot of decks could be really, really good. So here we'll grab ourselves another Toxtricity. Set up for 5. It's not going particularly well so far, not gonna lie. I don't know why it won't let us use more than one Hypnotoxic Laser. It must be if your opponent's poisoned, you can't use it. We are going against this, so we'll go here. I do play BS Seekers, so we'll be grabbing this. And again, another Scoop Up Net on our Shaman. It's great having the possibility of being able to shaman 8 times in one match. It's, I'll say great, it's borderline ridiculous, honestly, but that's all there is to it. So here, we are going to have to get rid of, not a Toxtricity VMAX, because we've only got the one. I think Shaman and Energy. Just to go for another scoop up net. We can blitz away this, get the most value out of it. We haven't seen a single max elixir yet, which is very frustrating, and we have not seen Thunder Mountain Prison Star either. So set up 3. I just want to push to take out this Lele. It's getting very annoying. I think now's the time to Colress. And we do need to see everything, apparently, to get the knockout on this Lele. So, go here. There we go. And I'm not sure whether I want to be powering up Zero or this. But our opponent probably plays as... Well, he probably doesn't play Silent Lab, actually. Probably just plays Chaotic Swell. So... it's a difficult option of what I want to put on, or put in, sorry. We have skip up netted enough. So I think we'll just go here, put them out in, and hopefully get a second one powered up, which we do, which is good. So we're well on our way to taking this. Electro powers. I'm not sure we can ever fully one-hit one of these, so I don't think we're going to try for it. But we will use the Hypnotoxic Laser because it does leave it asleep and it forces the opponent to have to ace a roller. Unless, of course, I can this turn get a knockout on this, which will be ridiculous if we can, to be honest. So we're down 2 electro powers already, and we are also down our Dazzle machine, which means that we can only hit for 240, 260 with this, 240, 260, 290, 320 exactly, actually, we can hit. That's going to make it a lot more difficult, as we're down one of our shamans as well. That's made it impossible. The N is most frustrating, so we are going to have to go here and probably walk directly into an N. But if we do, and we get a VS Seeker or the other Guzma that's clearly in deck, then we obviously have game. Skip up net helps us not at all anymore. Thankfully, we've still got a lot of skip up nets in the deck, so they're going to be pretty much wasted now. Very frustrating. What is this? If this Pokemon is in the active spot and damaged by your opponent's attack, even if it's knocked out, well, we are obviously not going to run into that. There's the VS Seeker for the N. How many VS Seekers have we used ourselves? 1 of 3. So we have 2 VS Seekers left and the Guzma in deck. It is unfortunately a 30 card deck, so I'm very curious to why he's picking on him so much. No energy there. Not the end of the world. So hitting for 240. May as well burn these as they are useless cards now. And yeah, I think the best thing to do is attack the active. We cannot ace a roll or anything. So now either our opponent ends us again and hopes that he gets his own Dragon Ball for this, and a scoop up net for this, or we have game ourselves. See enough energy, so that's fine. Now the ace roll as expected. Does he have the scoop up net to go with it? Either way, he can't scoop up net this anyway, and unless he's about to somehow take 6 prizes, I think we have this game right now. Because he can't kill both of these, and I've got this for Guzma to take out this. So, well played for my opponent. I don't think there's anything in deck that would be any help, so I'm just going to double make sure, just to make sure that there's nothing that's going to stop anything. But we'll get to Dene, play Electric Power, play this, get the Guzma on this, and that's the victory again. So that's game number 2 with what is seemingly very strong, although very not efficiently built, Toxtricity VMAX deck. So gearing up for game 3, and just had a run of several different games that all had Silent Lab. So after watching this video, if you're interested in making a deck, don't forget a field blower. I don't want to be modifying the deck again, as I already put the Zera Aura in after the initial deck introduction at the start. We are against Zacian Evo, so hopefully, or maybe a relatively new player. I think realistically this is the best thing to go to start with here, because we can always scoop up net it, and we want to be max electrum onto this. So the top deck of an energy makes that very unlikely, but we'll see. Thank you, deck. And that's pass. Hopefully our opponent gears up his bench. We might be against a Melodic deck. That'll be interesting. Ooh, Melodic. Melodic is has always been, since its release in, I think it was Ruby and Sapphire that Phoebus and Melodic came out in, forever been one of my favourite Pokemon, so I do love me some Melodic. This is a savage setup by my opponent. I think he's going to get a turn 1 knockout on this. this will be the last match of the video. A very cool build, if I'm perfectly honest. If I'd had Zera Aura down, all of this would be realistically pointless, because, ooh, he plays DCE. Oh, right, okay, so, that's knockout on him. Can we get a return knockout? It is electric weak, so anything is possible. And for 6 seems good. Seems better for me than Colress, obviously. And we have all our quick balls and ultra balls to get into. That was very close. It's still not potentially enough. I can't play any more draw supporters this turn, so, and we can't play another Toxic Laser, so we'll get rid of these two. And we will have to get, I think maybe Tadani to start with. Yeah, Tadani. We don't have a very high chance of accomplishing this. We need to scoop up Nets below and all sorts. And that is... yeah, that is not happening. Unfortunately, we drew into X amounts of Pokemon and all sorts there. The free Pokemon is just very unfortunate. So we'll just give our opponent a well played, and we will concede that one. So 2 out of 3 matches. Unfortunately, I dead drew, and that was a ridiculous turn 1 pop off from a Melodic V deck. I'm very proud to see that Pokemon doing somewhat well in Expanded. I say somewhat because it is the first time that I've come across it. So we shall go back to the deck list, and we'll talk about what we could possibly remove for a Field Blower. I feel like the counts of the Pokemon are good. Maybe cut this, possibly, but you know, we've got Max Elixirs and you need to Max Elixir onto them. Alternatively, you can always go for the take one of them out, take the Max Elixirs out and put in 4-speed Lightning Energy. If you want to go that route, maybe a little bit more turbo. There may be a way where you run Acrobike that might be a more efficient way, and not using Lele. I don't think Lele is very good in this deck actually. I think that'd probably be the one Pokemon to drop for Field Blower. So we will do that now. Blower. So there's one of them. Because yeah, Silent Lab and Power Plant like just annihilate this deck realistically. And with you only playing 1 Stadium, there's nothing you can do about that. Again, unless you're willing to change the build. So we can look around here. Electropower is really good for taking out ADPs. Hypnotoxic Laser is what makes the G-Max Riot so good. The fact that you don't have to play a 1-1 or an X amount of line of Garbodor, you can just fire off an item, is insane. Dowser Machine is still, well, we can't take out the A-Spec no matter where it'll be, but if you did, Computer Search probably your best option. Don't think there'd be any other option other than Computer Search for this deck. Couldn't realistically remove any more VS Seekers. Acerola is potentially not very good in this deck. Again, you can test yourselves, maybe put in another draw supporter, maybe a Marnie or something, could be good. I think one each of these is like a sort of meta call, because obviously, well, this stops Scalamine, as we just played against. This for the tag teams, the Mewtwo's, the Pikaroms, the ADPs that are still running about Expanded. And this for all of these, the Dragapult that we came across that I won. Just all of these in general, which there's not very many of them, although after this video maybe you'll come across a mirror match. So anyway, that is all for this video. Thank you all for watching. Hope you really enjoyed the deck. Hope you give it a try yourself. It was good fun to show the games that I played for you. It was good fun in the other games that I played before recording the video. And we will see you for the next one. Peace out, guys. See you soon.